I thank the chair and also thank Mr. Messer and Ms. Maloney for producing this balanced, bipartisan piece of legislation. The state of New Mexico has geographical area about the same as 5 northeastern states. That area, though, has 55 million people to pay the taxes, to build the roads, to build infrastructure, build schools. New Mexico, in the equivalent geographical area, has almost 2 million people. 2 million people to build all of those miles of roads. Now, that's the effect of this legislation. It removes the financing mechanism that states like New Mexico, those western, lightly populated areas, use municipal bonds to fund things like schools and roads and infrastructure. And yet, the International Committee, which decided what category these assets would fall into, said that they're no good, that they're not going to count in the liquidity requirements for institutions. What that means is $3.7 trillion will evaporate out of that municipal bond market. $3.7 trillion that would help us build infrastructure, that would help us create better living for everybody in the West. And yet this committee, which never visited New Mexico, they appear not to have looked at the quality of assets. Ms. Maloney adequately says it's not a question of safety and soundness. Mr. Messer says that the default rate is 0.004%. They obviously did not look at the quality of the products. They simply said they're not going to qualify. What that means is that financial institutions will no longer have incentive nor space under liquidity requirements to hold municipal obligations such as bonds. This is detrimental to the way of life of the West. So I would like to congratulate again Ms. Maloney and Mr. Messer for bringing 2209 to us today to help be a partial cure to the problems that people from other countries have levied on us. It seems common sense, it seems useful, it seems good for the taxpayer and good for the country. Let's pass 2209 and move on to the next business. I yield back.
The gentleman from New Mexico yields back.